Hey friends, happy Friday, December the 29th, day 67 of Experiencing God. How have you experienced God today? So today I experienced God through provision. And so I don't know about you guys, but December is a busy month. There's lots to be done. There's a lot of people in need. If you don't know someone in need, just take a look around. And so my husband and I helped a lot of people this month. And so my husband's a very generous man. I love him. He's so kind. I had very generous parents. I love them. They're so kind. And so I just kind of always grew up in this atmosphere of generosity. And we've just continued on with that. And so we love to give. We love to do for people. My husband always jokes, if you could give it all away, you would. And I would if the Lord asked us to. But one of the things I did this season is that last week, I accidentally spent our tithe. As I was helping people, as I was doing for people in need, I accidentally spent our tithe. And it really crushed me because the tithe is a way that we can get in covenant with God. A tithe is a way that we come under the promises and the provision and the shelter of God. And so when I spent that tithe, it took our family out of that provision and it wrecked me. And I went to my husband last week and I was like, I'm so sorry. We've been doing for people and for our children. And I spent the tithe. And he was like, don't worry about it. We give and we do and, it's all good. And I was like, no, you don't understand. The tithe and giving are separate. Giving is above the tithe. The tithe is provision and protection from God. And I stole that from my family when I used the tithe to give to people. And even though I was doing something good, I was stealing from God. And so God saw my heart in that moment and I repented and I told him I was sorry and I really genuinely didn't mean to do it. And you know what? The word of God says in Luke 6, if you give to God, God will cause man to give back to you a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall man give into your bosom. And that's what God did. We know from Numbers 23:19, it says, God is not a man that he should lie, or the son of man that he should change his mind. Has he said it, and will he not do it? Or has he spoken, and will he not fulfill it? God is not a man that he should lie. His word says in Luke 6 that as you give into him, he causes man to give back to you a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, shall man give into your bosom. And that's what we experienced this week. We experienced someone giving back to us into our bosom. And today I was able to release the tithe. Today, through that provision, I was able to come back into covenant with God for protection and provision and all the good things of God, all the riches of God. We came back into covenant with him today through that tithe. And so I want to encourage you, if there's a situation in your life, you can stand on the word of God. Go find out what the word of God says about it. Stand on it. He's not a man that he should lie. We give, pressed down, shaken together, running over. As we give, it comes back to us and we experience that. And it was more than just the tithe that we needed. It was above and beyond. And so I want to encourage you guys today. God is a great provider. He has provision for you. I love you guys. Stand on his word.